Okay, everybody, I'm Nathaniel Puente for UTRGV Radio, and today in our studio, we are joined by some of the famed Oscar Mayer hot dog drivers, or I'm not 100% sure what you girls do, but can you, what are your names, can you say?
We'll fill you in on all of that. I'm Elise Johnson. We're called Hotdoggers, so we do drive the Wienermobile all over the country. And we're also known, we have Hotdogger names, so I'm also Cheddar Cheese Elise.
Yeah. And I'm actually a UTRGV grad. My name is Jackie Corte, or Pepper Jackie Cheese.
Awesome. So you're from UTRGV. You are an alum of this campus. Where are you from?
University of Texas at Austin.
Awesome.
So all UT.
Awesome. So we got some Texas blood in our studio, as usual. So the main thing, why are you here today at UTRGV?
Well, so we're actually recruiting for the next team of Hotdoggers. So we'll be here today, and then we have our information session tomorrow. And so there's a new team that comes on each June. So you do travel for a full year. So it's about 340 days out of the year that you're on the road traveling. And we can tell you much more about the job if you're curious. But yeah, so that's why we're here.
Yeah, right now just recruiting, hoping to get another UTRGV grad. The company is very committed to at least hiring one UTRGV grad. We are fortunate to get two actually this year, including myself. And so we're hoping some graduating seniors will come out to our info session and apply for this amazing job.
How can people apply?
Yeah, so the info session is really right now the only way that you're able to secure an interview. Our info session is Wednesday, tomorrow, from 4 to 5 p.m. at the Student Union at the Palmetto Room 2.418.
And this is actually the only way that you can get the job if you come to this. And it's really cool, too, because you learn a lot more about it. Because I think everyone has all these kind of crazy ideas about the Wienermobile, and you don't really know, like, what we actually do. Mm-hmm. We get that question a lot, kind of how you said a little bit earlier, is like, what do we do?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's like a 27-foot hot dog on wheels. Like, what is it doing around campus? And we also want to make sure that, we get as many people out to this, the Student Union for this info session. And, please bring your resume, your cover letter, and a good attitude, I guess, yeah.
A good attitude.
An attitude for traveling, and a giant hot dog, basically.
What can applicants expect?
From the job or from the application process?
Both.
Just from all over? Okay, so the application process, there's 2 rounds of interviews. So basically this first one, when you come to the information session, that's what you're moving onward to the next thing is the interview. And the interview will actually happen pretty quickly after. So you'll hand in your resume and cover letter at the information session, and then they'll give you a call pretty much that night. And then you'll schedule a first interview over the next few days. So that's kind of how the first round works for it. From the job, so basically what you need to know is that it's a traveling public relations firm. There's kind of 3 key parts of it, which is, I think, maybe the best way to summarize the job. So we do drive the Wienermobile, and with that, you are the face of a $3 billion brand, which is Oscar Mayer. And so that's just crazy responsibility right there, right out of college, just having that entire brand that you're carrying. So we do events. We'll go to grocery stores, parades, festivals. Then we have the social media side of it, so you're the content creator for all of that, which is not hard to do because we spend a year on a year-long road trip. So it's kind of a crazy thing. You're doing lots of adventures, going on through all sorts of crazy things. So that's so fun.
Yeah, and on top of that, you do get paid for it. So it's 100%, almost free travel. You get your hotel paid for, your travel stipend, food stipend, and on top of that, you're getting a competitive salary right out of college, which you would not get anywhere else. So you're not worrying about bills. You're not worrying about rent. You are literally, this is like the time you take to save up as much money as you can. And through this job, we were fortunate enough to kind of already pave the path for our future careers because of this job. So especially out of college, students are worried about, I get it, loans, money. So through this job, you do get the opportunity to get 100% free travel. And then on top of that, get the experience of marketing and talking to media, planning events, executing events, and just a lot that goes onto your resume. And not many people can say they have the Wienermobile on their resume.
There's also the media relations side of it as well, which is where we, in each city that we're at, which we usually switch cities each week, we will reach out to TV stations, radio stations, and we get to do awesome interviews like this one. So it's so fun.
You mentioned that you're looking for graduating seniors. Is there any specific degree that you're looking for, or you're anybody?
No, actually. So, most people look at this as like a PR marketing position, which the majority of it is, but I was actually a theater, TV, film major here at UTRGV. At least I actually did study PR and marketing, But it doesn't matter what you studied. That kind of stuff they can teach anybody to drive the Wienermobile. They can teach anybody how to work the social media and be able to talk to people. So as long as you are flexible and trustworthy, you love to travel, are passionate about this company and the Wienermobile that's been around for 82 years since 1936. This is a piece of history for the United States. It's crazy how many generations have grown up with it. So honestly, it doesn't matter what you study. Just bring your cover letter and your resume and just come to the info session.
Yeah.
If a junior or sophomore, even a freshman, is interested but they can't apply yet, would you recommend them going to the info session?
Absolutely. So Jackie over here actually did go to the information session every year, and that makes you stand out. I mean, they see a love for the job within you, and it's so yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can meet our bosses, which are the people who are hiring you, so it never hurts to go. And then you get excited each year about it, and it kind of helps you to build your goals towards that. So, and I actually kind of did the opposite. I was sitting in a class, and they came around like we'll be doing today, going to different classes and presenting about the job and just giving people more information. Yeah, I was sitting in a class like the day of the information session, and they came in and told me about it, and I was like, wow, I think the traveling part, because I mean, I love Texas and love traveling, but I mean, when else do you get to just like leave Texas and go for it for a whole year? It's amazing. So that's what hooked me, and I went to the information session, and now I'm here. So you can do it either way, but definitely still come.
So I think that looks like the biggest perk of the job is the traveling aspect. Where exactly has the job taken you?
Okay, so they split us up. We travel for a year, so June to June. And the first 6 months, I was able to go on the West Coast. So I hit up 10 states on my own, from anywhere from Washington State all the way to El Paso, Texas. So, and all the states in between there. And then right now we're tackling the South together.
And my first half was actually in the Southeast, and I've been to 21 states since June. So I mean, you never know where it will take you. And they are sort of regionally based. That's very loosely though, because I mean, like I've 21 states. That's not all of the Southeast. Yeah. So you get to do a lot with it. Absolutely.
Besides like going and promoting out the product, what else do you do on the job?
So, I mean, besides, so you have the media relations side of it, you have the social media side of it, but, I mean, if you ask any hot dogger what their favorite part of the job is, it's the people that you get to meet. And, I mean, it's so cool because we didn't give you any information about the Wienermobile whatsoever, but it's been around for 82 years now, so it's definitely something that people have grown up with. And so we'll have people that come to our events. They've driven 3 hours to get there, and the last time that they saw it, if they've ever seen it, the last time they saw it was maybe when they were 5 or 6, and now they're 80, and it's just this, or I guess more 70, but it's awesome. I mean, you make people's days every single day. It is the happiest job. So yeah.
I mean, we say we want to make magic for these people. It's not us just trying to sell our products. We don't. The biggest question that we get is, do you guys actually sell hot dogs? So no, we don't sell hot dogs. I know we don't sleep in the Wienermobile. It's not an RV. We sleep at hotels, which are paid for us. But like Elise was saying, the connections and the people that you talk to on the road is the biggest reward. And I'm not just saying that because it's my job to say it. It really, really is. The connections you have, both of us have made on the road, is crazy. I mean, the people open up to you as if they've known you. They hand you your children. They're like, oh my God, take a picture of my child in the Wienermobile. These people lose it when they see the Wienermobile, and it's hard not to. I mean, the Wienermobile is literally smiling. It has a smiling grill. And if we are parked by the HPE1 building, so if you guys ever want to go check it out, or we'll be driving around, hopefully giving rides to students, hopefully later the day.
When both of you first applied and then got accepted into the job, what was the training process like? What was the first days of
So we actually have 2 weeks, which are your first 2 weeks. They're called Hot Dog High. And so within those 2 weeks, you learn, I mean, you're a different person at the end of those 2 weeks. It's crazy. So, I mean, they do, because, I mean, most of us haven't ever done media training at all, so you're kind of like, whoa, they want to make sure that you know what you're doing when you're talking about the brand, because again, you do have the entire face of the brand walking around with you in everything that you do. So we have really intensive media training, which is so cool. I mean, what a great skill to take on into the rest of your job. But then we also learn how to drive the Wienermobile. We learn much.
Yeah. And even and obviously they train us how to drive the Wienermobile. When I was talking to some students here on campus yesterday, their biggest concern was, how am I supposed to drive a 27-foot hot dog all over the country? They do a really good job of training us. They dedicate at least just 3 days just to that. And once you get comfortable, you really get comfortable. I mean, we start, chucking UAs. No. But the hardest part really is just trying to find parking. But you get comfortable with the vehicle. They train you. And even on top of that, they still want to make sure you're having fun. So even on the 2 weeks of Hot Dog High, they take us to high ropes, and we get comfortable with our partners, and we go out for dinners, and they make sure that you're also within the company you're building these relationships as well.
Which is also kind of, I think it feels scary when you first, are going through the process, and then if you do get accepted, that thought kind of hits you where it's like, I am literally going to be away from home for pretty much a year. That's wild. And so you kind of have, I was scared. I remember getting on the plane to go up to our trainings in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was like, what have I done? But it's so cool because you're going through it with a bunch of other people who are in the same boat as you. And it's at the end of those 2 weeks, like, it's a weird friendship bond for life, I think, because it's just a lifetime experience that you don't share with many others. So it's a crazy thing. So I don't know, you don't have that. Yeah.
I mean, we are part of a very small, close-knit alum, page now, because we go by classes. So we are actually class 30. So we're recruiting for class 31. And once you become, part of this alum group, we have like a Facebook page where you become these like connections and people from past Hotdoggers. Like, it doesn't matter if you're class 1 or 2, 28, like everyone knows what you've been through, what your life was for this past year, and they give you opportunities to either work with them, what they're doing now. I mean, we have people who work for CNN, Facebook, Snapchat, and so like these people will also offer us, they've never met us, but they know what we do. They know how hard it is to get into this program and how it's an amazing opportunity to be able to do this. So they give us opportunities within their own companies or whatever it is that they're doing. They, like I said, we have a Facebook page where they like post internships or like jobs specifically just for us to help us before opening it up to everybody else. So again, the connections are probably one of the bigger parts of this job.
That's great. It sounds kind of like a Freemason type of cult going
Feels
on
like
here.
that. There's I'm so sorry. Quick little fact: there's more people that have been up to space than have driven the Wienermobile.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a weird program for sure.
Are there any type of people that you're particularly looking for, like really happy people, really like hardworking people?
We have people on all ends of the spectrum, absolutely hardworking. I mean, there's a lot. You're juggling so much every single day with this job. But, I think like Jackie was saying earlier, although we don't have a certain degree requirement at all, the biggest part of the job is a love for people and a love for travel. I think those are the two elements that you kind of need to have. So, we have people, out of the 12 of us, like we have people that are just like super excited, super high energy all the time. And then we have people that are very, low key, chill. And so it's not that. It's more of just like a love of what you're doing. And because we probably have 400 conversations a day. So you really do have to love people. And it's cool because when you kind of open yourself up to talking to people, like you learn so much about yourself and about people and, what's actually happening around America. It's awesome. So that, I would say those are the two biggest things that you need to have. Yeah.
Cool. Did you have something to say or no?
No, like I earlier was just saying, like flexible and like this kind of stuff they will tell you more about at the info session. But again, like just flexible, responsible, fun, like and again, just what Elise said, just love for travel and for people.
What would you say for both of you has been your absolute favorite part, your absolute favorite memory?
Oh boy.
Gosh.
Trust me, you do a lot in this year. I actually got to go skydiving dressed as a hot dog for National Hot Dog Day, and I never thought, before this job, I never thought I was going to have the courage to do that, and I did. I dressed up as a hot dog, threw myself off of a plane in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona, but yeah, that was mine, just personally.
That's crazy. That's so cool. That's such a hard question. I think mine must have been, if I can like pinpoint one moment, I was in Orange Beach, Alabama. We'd rented out a beach cabin for the week. And so I was with my last half partner, Dom. And at this point, like we're towards the end. So you get so close. So they're one of your best friends. So I'm with him. And through connections I'd actually made in Nashville, I ended up in the middle of this massive singer-songwriter fest with like all of these people that are these huge people in Nashville, which I actually am interested in the music industry and am planning on doing that afterwards, which is a whole other story. But I remember like sitting amongst like all these like phenomenal songwriters who have all these number ones on the charts, and I'm sitting with them and my partner Dom, and I'm just like, how far have I come from like June after graduation to now? And it was just this like, it's like one of those overwhelming moments that it hits you and you're just like, this is the best experience ever.
Like, this is my life.
Yeah,
like, this is my life.
I get to do this. Yeah. So to pinpoint a moment. Yeah.
So for both of you, what do you see after Oscar Mayer? Is this your legacy, or do you have?
This is definitely going to be like one of the most
feels like you're
the
peaking.
Highlights. I am peaking right now. No, definitely one of the highlights of my life. But through this job, I would have never thought. So originally, my plan was to move out to LA and pursue the theater and acting, all that stuff. And then I was out there for a long time with the Wienermobile, and it was great. It was great, but because I got to see other parts of the country, I realized like how much I was missing and how many opportunities I would have missed out if I wouldn't have seen the country through this job. So now I'm actually moving to Chicago, which I'm from Texas, so I don't know snow that well. So, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going for it. Like, this job teaches you to just kind of go for it, take leaps, you know. And so I'm moving to Chicago, hopefully getting an apprenticeship with a theater company, a really well-known theater company out there, and we'll see. And then Elise has already stuff planned for her too.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's been, and just through people that you make, like, I know I hate using the word networking because it's not really like that, but it's just like friends and people like loving what you do and you appreciating them and what they do. But yeah, so I actually was fortunate enough to go to Nashville a couple different times. So I made some, like I was talking about earlier, some huge connections in the music industry. So I'm actually already managing a band that I've met on the road, and we've, you know, signed all the contracts, and it's kind of a crazy thing. So I'm doing that, but then I also plan on working for a booking agency or a management firm in either, hopefully Austin. I'm a Texas girl, so you go, dude, for moving to Chicago. It's gonna be awesome.
We'll see how that goes.
You're gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, so hopefully in Austin. So, and I think another thing, just to add this about the job, I think most people kind of think that you're going to end up going, like, staying within Oscar Mayer and being, like, in the sales team for that. That's not at all what it is. And that's an opportunity for you if you do want to do that. But they know that, like, we all have huge dreams and huge goals on what we want to do with life, and they're great with helping you achieve those. So use the Wienermobile to achieve those goals. It's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. And before we let you go, it's been a great interview. Are there any final thoughts, any final comments you want to get there, anything you want to get out to the public about this job?
It's the best job in the world, and I mean, we want all the people from Texas that we can have on this job. Because,
it's true. Yeah, there's actually a majority of us that are from Texas, and we're very proud of it. But again, they're very dedicated to, you know, getting at least one vaquero, you know, to this job. And so I really highly suggest, I mean, this really is, if you go to the info session, the best and only way really to secure an interview. And you're more than likely going to get an interview. I mean, I know we're very passionate students here. We have goals. And so please, you know, come out to the info session Wednesday tomorrow from 4 to 5 p.m. at the Student Union at the Palmetto Room. So 2.418. And yeah, just, I mean, I know we're trying to sell you an experience that you've never had. So if you have more questions and you're still not exactly sure what it is we do, I urge you and you know, to please come out to the info session. It really is a once in a lifetime opportunity that so few people can say they've actually done. So please come out. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we hope tons and tons of people go and try to apply and someone gets the job. Jacqueline, Elise, it's been a pleasure having you in our studio.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck
Thank you so much.
on everything in your future.
Thank you.
Thank you.